Ethnic approves 11 projects costing 5,459 crore taka. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina asks civil administration to take early steps to face probable flood in the country. Flood situation deteriorates in Sylhet and Sunamganj, 10 villages inundated at Fulgazi and Porshuram in Feni. Jatiyo সংসদ passes Bangladesh Trade and Tariff Commission Amendment Bill 2024. Saudi Arabia and Bangladesh will work jointly to protect Bangladeshi job seekers in KSA from fraud, says Foreign Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. At least 107 people killed in stampede at a religious congregation at Hathras district in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. And Uruguay and Panama secure places in quarterfinals in Copa America. Assalamu alaikum. This is Faria Dilshadmo welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the highlights, now on to the details.
যতবার সংগ্রামে আমরা এগিয়ে গিয়েছি, এই বাংলার মাটিতে একদল লোক সেই শোষকদের হাতে হিসাবে আমাদের উপর আক্রমণ চালিয়েছে। বারবার আমরা এদের মোকাবেলা করেছি, বারবার আমরা মার খেয়েছি, চরম আঘাত এনেছি শেষে, যে আঘাতে বাংলাদেশ আজ স্বাধীন সার্বভৌম রাষ্ট্র।
Ethnic has approved 11 projects at a total cost of 5,459 crore and 87 lakh taka. The approval came from Ethnic meeting held with Ethnic chairperson Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the chair at the NEC conference room in the capital Sri Banganagar today. In the meeting, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina asked all concerned, including civil administration, to take necessary preparations in advance to face probable floods in the country. Cabinet members, planning commission members and secretaries concerned were present at the meeting. Of the approved 11 projects, 7 are new projects while 4 are revised ones. The projects are agricultural development in the Dhaka region, important rural infrastructures development in Borguna district, important rural infrastructures development in Munshiganj district, land acquisition for Raipur 120 megawatt peak grade tide solar plant, establishment of child development centers in Kishorganj, Jaipurhat and Chattogram, and upgrading Kumilla Salda Kosba Road into National Highway project. After the meeting, Planning Minister Major General retired Abdus Salam briefed the journalists. He said the Prime Minister in the meeting, based on the forecast of the Bangladesh Meteorological Department and the experts concerned, apprehended that a possible flood may sweep over the country in the coming days, possibly in August. In this regard, the Premier directed all concerned, including the civil administration and field administration, to take necessary preparations for facing the flood and its impact in order to protect the people of the country from the impacts and devastation of flood, the Planning Minister added. The flood situation has worsened in Sylhet, Sirajganj, Mouluvibazar, Dangal and Gaibandha as water in the major rivers increased due to torrential rain and upstream water. Local administration in every district has taken necessary measures, including distributing relief to the flood-affected people. In Sylhet, water in the Shurma, Kushiara, Sari and Guain rivers was flowing above the danger mark at 6.294 millimeters of rain was recorded in Sylhet during the last 24 hours. Low-lying areas of Kanaikhat, Jointapur, Guainkhat and Kompaniganj Upazila were inundated again by the flood water. More than 8,000 people have taken shelter in 13 Upazilas. The district administration has been distributing relief among the flood victims. In Sunamganj, the Shurma River was flowing 32 centimeters above the danger level in Sunamganj Point and 95 centimeters above the danger mark in Chatuk Point. Of thousands of people of 30 villages under Sunamganj Shodur, Tahirpur, Chatuk, Dwarabazar, Bisambrapur and Shantiganj Upazila were marooned afresh. Sunamganj Deputy Commissioner Mohammad Rashid Iqbal Chaudhuri said the administration has taken adequate preparations to face the fresh flood. In Molovi Bazar, water in the Juri River was flowing 168 centimeters above the danger mark, while the Kushiara River was flowing 6 centimeters below the danger level, causing flood in the district. In Feni, according to the Water Development Board, water in the Muhuri River was flowing 100 centimeters above the danger mark in the district. Various low-lying areas under Fulgazi Upazila were inundated due to flood water. In Sherpur, many areas of the district were inundated as the Bhugai and Chela rivers were flowing above the danger level. In Tangail, croplands and houses were inundated in the low-lying areas of the district in the flood water. Many areas of Tangail are at risk of river erosion. In Bogura, the Jamuna River has swelled at Shahurbari Point at Shariakandi and Dhunat Upazila of the district due to continuous rain during the last 2 days. People are leaving houses for shelter. In Gaibandha, river erosion occurred at many places of the district as water in the Brahmaputra, Tista, Korotoa and Khagut rivers increased. However, all rivers in the district were flowing below the danger mark. In Rangamati, low-lying areas of the district were inundated due to torrential rain for the last couple of days. Several hundred tourists were stranded in Sajik due to flood water. In Shirajganj, water in the Jamuna River has increased by 34 centimeters in the hard point of the district. The Water Development Board is working to tackle river erosion in the district. In Netrakona, low-lying areas of the district were flooded due to heavy rain and upstream water. Local administration is distributing relief among the flood victims. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said that Bangladesh-India relations is a model and example for others. She said that there are some problems between the two neighboring countries, but those are being solved through dialogue. The Premier said this while Chief of the Naval Staff of India Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi paid a courtesy call on her at her Sanshad Bhavan office this evening. In this regard, she mentioned about the solution of land boundaries and maritime boundaries. While briefing Press Secretary to the Prime Minister, Naimul Islam Khan said during the call on, Sheikh Hasina recalled the Indian contribution during the War of Liberation of Bangladesh. The Premier and Indian Naval Chief opined that both Bangladesh and India hold the same outlook regarding to keep the Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean peaceful, and both countries would work together as they don't expect any disturbance in this region. The Indian Navy's chief praised the development of Bangladesh under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Secretary to the Prime Minister's office Muhammad Salauddin was present. Bangladesh Trade and Tariff Commission Amendment Bill 2024 and Refund and Resolution System Bill 2024 passed at Jatiya Sanshad today. Earlier, sitting of the House started with Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhuri in the chair. At the beginning of the session, scheduled question and answer of the day was placed on table. Later, the House passed the Bangladesh Trade and Tariff Commission Amendment Bill 2024. State Minister for Commerce Ahsanul Islam Titu introduced the bill at the House, which was passed unanimously. The bill was passed to further amend the Bangladesh Trade and Tariff Commission Act 1992. Later, the Refund and Resolution System Bill 2024 was passed at the House. Finance Minister Abul Hassan Mahmood Ali introduced the bill at the House, which was passed unanimously. The bill was passed to form rule to reduce the risk of money transaction and preserve customers' interest by strengthening, supervising and controlling refund and resolution system. The sitting of the House will resume at 5:30 in the afternoon tomorrow. Asian Development Bank ADB Vice President for South, Central and West Asia Yingming Yang called on Finance Minister Abul Hassan Mahmood Ali at the Economic Relations Division at Shere-Bangla Nagar in the capital today. The Finance Minister told reporters that the Asian Development Bank is a trusted development partner of Bangladesh. He said ADB will continue its support for Bangladesh's development in the future. Meanwhile, Asian Development Bank ADB Vice President for South, Central and West Asia called on local government, rural development and cooperatives Minister Muhammad Tajul Islam at his Secretariat office in the capital today. The LGRD minister said ADB is a trusted development partner of Bangladesh. Of the 227 projects being implemented by the local government division in 2024-25 fiscal year, 10 are implemented with ADB-assisted projects. The amount of financial allocation is 22,355 crore 71 lakh taka. ADB Vice President said ADB will work with the local government ministry. ADB Country Director Edmund Ginting and senior officials of the Asian Development Bank and local government division were present at the meeting. Foreign Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmud said a joint task force of Bangladesh and Saudi Arabia would work to save Saudi Arabia-bound Bangladeshi workers from being cheated. He said this while exchanging views with Bangladeshi expatriates in the Saudi Arabian capital Riyadh on Monday. The Foreign Minister said a fruitful discussion was held with his Saudi counterpart to bring more transparency in manpower export and stop worker harassment. Forming a joint task force is a reflection of Saudi Arabia's goodwill, he added. The Foreign Minister instructed the authorities concerned to improve the service of the Bangladesh consulate alongside requesting the expatriates to obey the local laws of Saudi Arabia and be aware of anti-state propaganda. Dr. Hassan Mahmud assured the expatriates to resolve their various demands, including sending more skilled professionals to Saudi Arabia, ease of visa process, cultural exchange and renewal of visas. This
is the highest concentration, highest number of Bangladeshis in abroad, or at a single country. পৃথিবীতে অনেক দেশ আছে যেখানে লোক সংখ্যা 30 লক্ষ নয়।
Bangladesh Ambassador to Saudi Arabia Mohammad Zabit Patwari chaired the meeting, while the Prime Minister's private industry and investment advisor Salman F. Rahman spoke as the special guest. State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Muhammad Ali Arafat visited various development projects of Bangladesh Television this afternoon. Senior Secretary of Information and Broadcasting Ministry Muhammad Humayun Kubir Khandukar was present. The State Minister was informed about the development activities of Bangladesh Television during the visit. Muhammad Ali Arafat instructed the concerned authorities to modernize the broadcasting of Bangladesh Television by keeping pace with time. Director General of Bangladesh Television Dr. Muhammad Jahangir Alum, Additional Secretaries of Information and Broadcasting Ministry Tanmoy Dash and Muhammad Mujibur Rahman and high officials of Bangladesh Television were also present, among others. Earlier, the State Minister and the Senior Secretary planted 2 saplings at headquarter compound of Bangladesh Television. The production and service sectors of Bangladesh's economy are back in expansion trends. The Purchasing Managers Index PMI gained 7.9 in May compared to April. According to the PMI, the 4 major sectors of the country's economy, such as agriculture, manufacturing, construction and service, have expanded. The Purchasing Managers Index or PMI is counted between 0 and 100, where 50% plus score indicates expansion of the economy and below 50% means contraction. According to the latest PMI jointly carried out by Metropolitan Chamber and Policy Exchange, it was 79.3 in agricultural sector with almost 19 points expansion than the previous month. In production sector, the PMI was 76.3 in May with almost 2 points more than the previous month. On the other hand, the construction and service sectors gained 11 points and 8 points respectively. Now, international news. at least 107 people, mostly women, died in a major stampede during a religious event in Uttar Pradesh's Hathras district today. The incident took place when a religious preacher was addressing his followers at a specially laid tent in the Rati Bhanpur village in the Sikandra Rao area of the Hathras district. According to the police, it appears that suffocation at the venue led to discomfort among the people attending the satsang. Following this, the people started running, causing a stampede. It was very hot and humid during the event, the police added. According to one of the survivors, the stampede took place when the religious event ended and everyone was rushing to leave the place. The exact cause of the incident is being investigated. Meanwhile, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath expressed grief over the incident and directed the officials in and around Hathras district to speed up rescue and relief operations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Draupadi Murmu also expressed their condolences to the families of those who were killed and said they were praying for the speedy recovery of the injured. The US Supreme Court has said Donald Trump and other former presidents are partially immune from criminal prosecution in a major legal victory for the Republican White House candidate. The 6-3 ruling did not outright dismiss an indictment that charges Trump with plotting to overturn the 2020 election, but it did strip away key elements of the case against him. The justice found that a president has immunity over official acts but is not immune for unofficial acts and referred the matter back to a trial judge. The three liberal justices dissented strongly, expressing fear for our democracy. The decision makes it less likely that the Republican candidate will stand trial in the case before he challenges Democratic President Joe Biden in November's White House election. Palestinians have been fleeing districts to the east of Gaza's second city of Khan Yunis after Israel issued evacuation orders. Overnight and into the morning, witnesses reported multiple Israeli strikes in and around Khan Yunis. A medical source and the Palestinian Red Crescent said 8 people had been killed and more than 30 wounded. Patients and medical staff have also been leaving the European Gaza hospital in the area as the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza told them to evacuate. The Israeli military has not itself issued an evacuation order for the hospital. The Red Cross is reported to have helped patients in the process of transferring to another hospital. A car has plowed into a crowd of people, killing at least 9 in the South Korean capital Seoul. As reported by Yonhap news agency, a man drove the vehicle into pedestrians waiting at a traffic stop. At least 4 more people have been taken to hospital. Police say they are investigating the incident but warn that casualty numbers might increase. According to local media, the car was driving in the wrong direction and crashed into 2 other vehicles before it made contact with pedestrians. Now news on weather. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said light to moderate rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty wind is likely to occur at most places over Rangpur, Rajshahi, Dhaka, Mymensingh, Khulna, Borishal, Chattogram and Sylhet divisions. Besides, moderately heavy to very heavy falls likely to occur at places over the country. Night and day temperature may remain nearly unchanged over the country, said the Met Office. And now news on sports. Uruguay beat the United States by 1-0 to reach the quarterfinals of the Copa America. The first half of the match was ended goalless in Kansas City, USA. However, Uruguay got the only goal of defender Matias Olveira in the 66th minute. Panama beat Bolivia by 3-1 in Orlando to reach the quarterfinals as Group C runners-up. Panama took the lead in the 22nd minute through Jose Fajardo. Bruno Miranda equalized for Bolivia in the 69th minute. After 10 minutes, Ecuador Guerrero scored second goal for Panama. They got the third goal in added time while Cesar Yanez scored for the team. In the quarterfinals, Uruguay will play against the runners-up of the D group. On the other hand, Panama's opponent will be the champion team of D group. To end the bulletin headlines once again. ECNEC approves 11 projects costing 5,459 crore taka. Prime Minister Sheikh asks civil administration to take early steps to face probable flood in the country. Flood situation deteriorates in Sylhet and Sunamganj, 10 villages inundated at Fulgazi and Purshuram in Feni. Jatiya Sanshad passes Bangladesh Trade and Tariff Commission Amendment Bill 2024. Saudi Arabia and Bangladesh will work jointly to protect Bangladeshi job seekers in KSA from fraud, says Foreign Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. At least 107 people killed in stampede at a religious congregation at Hathras district in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. And Uruguay and Panama secure places in quarterfinals in Copa America. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us.